Coming up tonight on WVUA News at 10.
An Alberta tattoo artist says he wants to build his business right here. Some city council members were opposing. Have they changed their mind? I'm Travis Leader. I'll have that answer coming up.
And low-cost spay and neuter clinics for pets may be a thing of the past. Find out why you may have to settle for paying more. Richard?
Yeah, it's big coming up at home team weather. Kind of cold tonight. 54 degrees in Tuscaloosa, 48 already in Haleyville. How cold's going to get? And how about a warming trend? Your forecast is straight ahead. Stay with us.
And Northport has a new Citizen of the Year. Find out who it is. The News at 10 begins now.
You're watching Alabama's WVUA News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Tamika Alexander. Thanks for joining us. Tuscaloosa city leaders are still debating whether certain businesses should be allowed in city limits. One of the businesses that is included in the proposed moratorium is tattoo parlors. Now, this affected one business looking to move a few blocks down the road in Alberta City. After weeks of talks between leaders, business owners and residents, the Tuscaloosa City Council is deciding to not ban any businesses at this moment. In tonight's top story, WVUA's Travis Leader tells us why the council's move ended a lengthy debate between city leaders and a tattoo artist.
After weeks of discussion and debate, Tuscaloosa city leaders are deciding to take more time to decide what businesses should be prohibited within city limits.
I think the votes were there on the council to go along with me if we had wanted to prohibit, but I felt like maybe it may have been a victory, but did you really win?
One of the businesses on the original list was tattoo parlors. Alberta City tattoo artist Todd Bowling has been very vocal for weeks in an effort to convince the council he would build a high-class facility. Bowling also says those who are in the industry and those who seek their services are shown in a bad light.
The stigma that's followed tattoo shops for so long is about 20 or 30 years old. You know, you think of the old drunken sailor or the biker, you know, and the way things are now is it's more of an art school type generation that is doing tattoos.
And while Tyner is still weary of tattoo parlors and other businesses that were on the proposed ban, after considering Bowling's situation, he decided to be more open to his business.
After talking to both and looking at both sides, I feel like in their particular case that an exception should have been made.
Tyner's position change meant a lot to Bowling, and what was once tense and confrontational communication soon turned into friendly talks.
I mean, I really don't know what was all of a sudden the change of heart, but I'm very happy about it.
Bowling hopes to start construction on his new site soon, and he hopes Tyner attends his ribbon-cutting ceremony when the parlor opens up in 6 months. In Tuscaloosa, Travis Leader, WVUA News.
The City Council Projects Committee did approve hiring outside consultants who will do a study on what type of businesses the city should prohibit. Tyner is still very outspoken about other types of businesses he does not want seen in his district, including title loan and cash advance type stores. Well, if you have traveled down 15th Street in Tuscaloosa, you may have noticed some damaged structures are still standing nearly 18 months after the April 27th tornado. One building is a Emergicare medical facility next to McAllister's Deli by Forest Lake. The Tuscaloosa City Council did vote to demolish the property, but according to Robin Edgeworth, the Emergicare owners appealed to a circuit court as they continue discussions with their insurance company. Edgeworth tells us there are a few other properties which are still standing despite suffering tornado damage.
We've had to work our way through the system with those properties and hopefully are getting to the end of those, and we believe that we are almost done with the properties that we have that are actually declared a public nuisance.
Edgeworth says the demolition process has gone much faster in Tuscaloosa compared to other municipalities because the city engaged with FEMA on the demolition project. Well, the Alabama State Board of Veterinary Medical Examiners is considering a law that could lead to a shutdown of non-profit vet clinics. The board has proposed a regulation to keep licensed veterinarians from working in those clinics and prevent non-veterinarians from obtaining spay and neuter equipment. Some say the law should shut down spay and neuter clinics across the state of Alabama. Tina Miller with the Humane Society of West Alabama says low-cost clinics are playing a significant role in our community.
The low-cost spay and neuter clinic is so important, not just to animal welfare organizations within the state, but also to individuals who just can't be able to afford to pay for that treatment for their dogs and cats.
The State Board of Veterinary Medical Examiners is holding a hearing Wednesday to review submitted comments and vote on the proposed rules. Well, we now know that the student who was shot and killed at the University of South Alabama over the weekend had drugs in his system. Police say 18-year-old Gil Collar had LSD in his system and attacked 2 policemen who approached him. Now, campus police say Collar was naked and acting erratically outside of the station when he rushed an officer several times in a threatening manner. The officer shot him in the chest. Despite this explanation, a lawyer for the family says they want to see the security footage.
All we know is basically that an unarmed student, obviously unarmed, was shot, and that raises questions as to why deadly force was necessary. And there's a videotape that will show exactly what happened, hopefully.
After the shooting, campus police immediately contacted the district attorney's office to conduct an external investigation. The Mobile County Sheriff's Department is also assisting in this case. Well, the suspect charged with murder for the death of a Northport man is free again. Christopher Patton is charged with the murder of Kenneth McDaniel. The Tuscaloosa County Sheriff's Department says Patton was released September 24th on $70,000 bond. Now, court documents show the district attorney's office filed a motion to reconsider the bond because they believe Patton was a serious threat to the community. Authorities say Patton was rearrested later that afternoon, but court documents show Patton was released on bond again a few days later. The Tuscaloosa County District Attorney says there must be physical proof that a suspect is a danger to someone else for bond to be revoked.
And they're clearly a danger to themselves or to others. Certainly we're concerned about them being a danger to others. And no victim, no witness has to put up with some defendant harassing them. And we're not going to put up with it either.
Patton is currently free. Judges with the Tuscaloosa County court system are unable to comment because the case is still pending. Well, on your election watch, there are only 27 days until the November general election. The November election is less than a month away, and one of the most closely watched races in West Alabama is the one for Tuscaloosa County probate judge. Now, both candidates came together today to discuss the issues facing the county. A closer look at the probate judge race and what the candidates stand for. Incumbent probate judge Hardy McCullum has been in office for more than 35 years. He's being challenged by longtime Tuscaloosa County Sheriff Ted Sexton. The Rotary Club of Tuscaloosa hosted today's forum. The candidates talked about the role of the probate judge and challenges facing the county. The local economy and job creation was also a big topic of discussion.
It's a collaborative effort, and your county government is at the forefront of ensuring that we have not only the resources available to take advantage of opportunities when they present themselves, but also to provide leadership in working with the CEOs of these companies to convince them to locate in Tuscaloosa.
We have got to do better. We have to work towards bringing better jobs here, continuing to bring higher paying jobs, to be able to reduce, in some cases, the poverty rate and increase our mean individual and household income. We also can't forget the businesses and industries that are already here.
Also, thanks to the Rotary Club of Tuscaloosa for including WVUA news anchor Terry Brewer as moderator of today's forum. And if you haven't registered to vote, time is running out according to the Alabama Secretary of State. The deadline to register closes 10 days before an election. If you're voting by an absentee ballot, it must be postmarked no later than the day prior to the election or hand-delivered to the absentee election manager by 5 p.m. on the day prior to the election. You can learn more at the Secretary of State's website. For a shortcut, visit our website, WVUATV.com, or call their office at the number there on your screen.